go ahead. You tell me what I told you. News out today. The state of Nevada is in massive economic trouble. No, it's not a big deal. I mean, I told you about it on the program here. I said, what's going down first? I said, Vegas is going down first. The heart of Nevada's troubles, Vegas and its outlying areas. The highest growth in unemployment in the country, 14.2% now. When you look at houses that are underwater, they are, again, the worst in the country. 6% of the houses are underwater in just these last 6 months. They're facing foreclosure. You say 6% of the market, not bad. But in just these last 6 months, that's colossal. No, it's in a death spiral. They're starting to shut down casino projects. The Fontainebleau in Las Vegas, they spent $3.1 billion on it. They're about to open it up. The bank pulls the financing. No more credit. I told you that's one of the other problems. The banks aren't really giving the credit to anybody anymore. They're taking it and they're doing their own gambling with it. They say, why bother gambling in Vegas when we can gamble on derivatives in New York? So no more money for you. They shut it down. It's the first ever Ritz-Carlton to ever be shut down anywhere. Okay, here comes the death spiral. And look, I'm not happy about it. I hate it, and we all here at the Young Turks love Vegas. But I told you it was in a world of trouble. And then here's my favorite anecdote from the story. And by the way, Ryan Grimm and Arthur Delaney wrote about this in the Huffington Post. They went and talked to strippers. And the strippers said that at the Spearmint Rhino, which I think I've heard of, they say their income is half of what it was before 2008. So there was a little dip in 2006, no big deal. And then 2008, it fell off a cliff. And everywhere you go, cabbies, casinos, etc., everybody down, massively down. And in fact, one of the guys that they talked to who lost 2/3 of the value of his house, he used to work for MGM, and he says, look, we've seen downturns before, and he's a rare actual local to Vegas and Nevada. So we've seen downturns before, but it never hit the casinos. Now it's hitting the casinos. That's how bad it is. And even if people come, they don't spend nearly as much as they used to. So once Vegas goes down and that municipality cannot pay its bonds, here it comes. It's going to start a domino effect. And that's the beginning of that. Now, again, I wish I was wrong about this, but I'm telling you right now, it's a harbinger of things to come. Vegas is the tip of the iceberg. Once we hit that iceberg, it's nothing but down from there. I wish I had better news for you, but that's the news today. All right, JR, go ahead.
No, I figured I should jump in on this because I was your biggest skeptic, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
See? I'm waiting. I see you have the lead right now, but I don't think the race is over. I see your point. You're right now. We'll see, because I remember I don't remember, first of all, I don't remember exactly your prediction, but I believe it was something on the lines of it's going to be like the lost city of Atlantis and nobody's ever going to hear of Vegas again.
I didn't say that.
A fire's going to hit it, and the winds, the wind and the sands in the desert is going to blow it off the map. It's never going to be seen or heard of again.
No, here's what I said. I said, look, Vegas is going to be in trouble first. That's going to be the first city in America that's going to, and not only does it have all these problems, that's too vague, right? I didn't say that it'd be, the lost city of Atlantis. What I said is it won't be able to pay its bonds. Like the municipality will go broke. They'll say, oh, we can't pay what we owe people. We just don't have the money anymore, okay? And now that's the end of the debacle. Well, it's not the end of the debacle overall, but that's the end result of all the economic trouble that Vegas is having, right? But that's also just an indication because, of course, the more important things are the houses being foreclosed, the unemployment, and then in their case, their business space being destroyed. And what I said furthermore is one of the ways you'll know that it's coming is when hotels start to send you deals for $0, saying, now, if you're not look, whales get that all the time. If you're a big gambler, you get that all the time. But if you're a regular schmo and a Vegas hotel sends you, and not some flea-bitten place or whatever, but a legitimate thing on the strip, sends you a deal saying, here, come stay for $0. That means they're in a panic because they want you to come and gamble there, and they've run out of all options. That's another indicator. Now, we haven't gotten there yet, but starting to shut down casinos and $3 billion projects, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, Anna, panic. Do a couple more Vegas trips before it goes under.